Welcome to another session of Agent Mastermind, and we're going to cover today a very hot topic, Pinterest. Last week we covered Pinterest, and the recap of what we kind of covered last week is what Pinterest is, why you should be using it, who was on major companies, setting up your account, filling out your profile, how to pin, what makes up a good pin, and then best practices. If you did not get to attend that recording or that Agent Mastermind, get with the loan professional that sent you there, and he can get you not only the recording but the PowerPoint that goes along with it, because you're going to want to watch that first. Wouldn't you agree, Tammy? They would want to watch the recap first before they go on to the advanced of what we're going to cover today?
Oh, absolutely, especially to lay the groundwork, because I truly believe that Pinterest is made for the real estate industry, and so just to catch the flavor of why it is so good for it and to how to set up your account, because today we're not going to really cover any of those basics. We are going to go straight into some advanced techniques, and so you're certainly going to get a lot out of today as well, and you're going to be able to go back and watch this, but you really need to watch that foundation as well.
Absolutely, and I want to thank everybody for sharing their Pinterest with us on our Facebook group. So, thank you very much for that. We appreciate that. We're going to cover, Tammy's going to go over a couple today and give us some critiques on another one. So, Tammy, I appreciate you coming back. I appreciate you being with us and showing us and spending so much time on this hot topic. It's Pinterest. So, take it away.
Absolutely. Okay, well, so like we said before, we've covered a lot of basics in the class before this, and so this is going to be part 2 for you guys. And this is the agenda, or kind of what we're going to be talking about today, is when you're using Pinterest, that you really need to have a strategy. You're just not going to jump on there and willy-nilly start posting things. You really need to know why you're there and what the methodology is behind why you're there. So it's going to be knowing what your brand is and creating a brand for yourself, whether it's the company that you've created or whether it's yourself as a real estate agent, and using keywords to help support that. And then identifying who you're trying to target. If you're trying to reach your customers or your consumers, knowing when they're on and what do they post and who do they follow and what did they like or what they repin. So you got to know those kind of things so that you know what to post as well. And then what your purpose is. Why are you here on Pinterest? What is the purpose behind why you want to be here? Are you just looking to connect, or are you wanting to educate, or you wanting to sell something? And we're going to go into each of these a little bit more in depth. And then what are your goals here? Are you just trying to increase your sales? Are you trying to increase your revenue? Are you trying to increase who your reach is as far as referral partners? Are you just trying to gain people and good eyeballs for yourself? Are you just trying to increase your brand awareness, just letting people know who you are? And then knowing how to stay consistent. The big thing we're going to talk about is how to get followers and to grow your Pinterest page. And then I'm going to give you some great board ideas, and then we're going to go into some boards and we're going to critique those a little bit. So let's go ahead and get started with creating your brand. And Scotty, I know you've done quite a bit towards creating a brand for yourself as well, so you can pitch right in for this.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
But the brand part of this is going to be, and what I love about this is that you are going to be compensated for something that you are passionate about. So first you need to decide that you're passionate about what you've chosen for a profession. I know some of you on here do real estate as a part-time job, and some of them this is your full-time passion. So unless you're passionate about what you're doing, it's not going to come through in the way that you're marketing yourself or the way that you're trying to gain customers. So I think I would have a frank talk with myself if you don't love what you do, and find a way to fall in love with that again. And then you need to set goals. What do you want to do? Do you want this to be a brand on yourself, your own name like Tammy Schneider, or do I want to brand the company that I have created, which would be, let's say, Schneider Real Estate, okay? So you need to set goals for yourself and what you're looking to do and what you're looking to accomplish, and then have a mission. So what is your mission? Is your mission to work with buyers only? Is your mission to work with sellers only? Is your mission to work with jumbo loans or jumbo properties or specialty properties, luxury properties, golf front, waterfront? So knowing what your mission is, and then your vision. Is your vision to help first-time home buyers? Is your vision to help veterans? or, you know, other specialty niches. So know what your mission is, know what your vision is, know what you do and who you want to serve. I think that's the biggest thing that people get lost in, is that they're just out there to, I hope I sell something today, you know, without having a goal in mind. If you know who you're reaching out to and what your niche or what your specialty is, it makes it so much easier to market yourself. So I would really, really consider a lot of these questions so that you know in every bit of your social marketing and every bit of your marketing in general, if you've answered these questions, then you know how to market yourself. And I think that that's where a lot of people miss out.
You know, you hit a hot button for me, Tammy, is when you said a mission, like figure out who you want to target, because a lot of people will target anything, like they'll target foreclosures. And the foreclosures in my area are $40,000, $50,000. You got to do twice as much business to make the same amount of money as if you targeted higher end $200,000, $300,000, $400,000 homes. So you really want to build your brand for what you want to attract as well, and that's going to have a huge impact on your income and how much you have to work to make the same amount of income. So very, very important there.
Yes. And then the next thing is to create a plan based on who you are. And your friends and the people that you're nearest and dearest and closest to can help you out with this. So I would say pick out, and I hate to use this word because it makes it have a negative connotation, but I don't mean it that way. Pick out something that maybe is a quirky thing about you, because people love that. So are you a funny person? Have people told you over and over you could be a stand-up comedian? Use that to your advantage when you're making your posts and putting your pictures up. Are you goofy? Are you a bookworm? Are you nerdy? Are you a sports fan? So all of those things that people know you for, you can use to your advantage. So pick something like that that you can start working towards to build, that will help you build a brand so that people really know who you are. Okay, this is a terrible example of that, but it's the only one that pops into my head right off the top of my head. But like Pee Wee Herman, everybody knows that he wore his hair slicked back and he had his pants on this way. And so, you know, that's a great idea, a great way to think about this is, you know, pick something that you're known for. Are you the local gardener or the florist or something like that? Use that in your marketing and in a way to create a brand for yourself as well. And then in all of your descriptions, in all your captions, in your about me, in your titles, in everything, use the keywords. Now, you don't want to overuse them, but you want to use keywords so when people are searching for you, they will be able to find you. And what I mean by keywords are real estate. I work with buyers. I work with sellers. I work with investors. I work with, you know, different things like that. So those are all good keywords along with the word real estate. Okay?
Perfect.
And now, after you know who you are and you've gotten all your homework, your prerequisites done, then identify who your customer is. So do you just want to work with men, or do you just want to work with women, or are you just interested in working with married couples or engaged couples? Engaged couples are a great resource for first-time home buyers, or for people who are joining two homes together and they're going to need to sell one and you know, either buy or sell two of them and buy one more to suit the needs of a growing family. So I always like targeting that group. And singles, you know, a lot of people forget about them, that they're a growing population and people are waiting later and later in life to get married, but they still want to own their own home. So that is a great place to target as well. And you can also identify your customers through what home types you are interested in. Do you want to specialize in selling condos or townhomes or waterfront property or golf courses? And you can also develop your customer by professionals. Do you want to work with teachers or doctors or attorneys or policemen or firemen? Because all those are easy to find here and on Facebook. So if you can identify some people in some different phases and in different social medias and bring them over and see if you can find them on Pinterest as well, then you can start targeting the market that you're looking for. And then industries as well, like Home Depot or Lowe's or Disney or hospitals or things like that. Then find out what time are they on. So, you know, do attorneys hop on at 7 a.m. or are they more likely to hop on at 7 p.m.? So once you've started looking at who your market is, then see what time they're most likely to get on. And the only way you can do that is doing a little bit of research and hopping onto their pages and see when they're posting and what times they're posting are. And then what do they like? When they like something or repin something or share something, what is it? Is it an infographic? Is it a video? Is it a picture? Is it a recipe? Is it a how-to? Is it a do-it-yourself kind of thing? And the reason you're trying to find all this information out is so that you know what your customers like and you can give them that. That's what makes people want to follow you and like you and do business with you, is because you're providing them something they may not have even known they needed. They're just clicking on something that they like, and you can use that piece of information to target them a little bit more carefully, because you kind of are watching for those patterns. What do they buy, and who do they follow? So identifying your customer is a huge part of being on Pinterest and any social marketing for that matter.
Yeah, a couple things, Tammy, is like a lot of these things just give me ideas for different boards that I could have, condos, waterfront, golf courses. Not only that, when you do those first two things that Tammy just talked about, that is stuff that really sets the stage for your whole social media presence, your whole social media brand. So you only have to do it once, and it may change over the period of time as you grow and your business grows. That's okay, but once you have that set in stone, then you can go to all these social media sites and fill in the blanks. It makes it really, really simple to do.
Oh my gosh, it does. It makes it so easy to do. So I know we talked about earlier when we were going through our agenda that one of the things that you need to decide is, what is your purpose for being here on Pinterest? So we're going to take a few of those purposes that we talked about, to educate, to sell, to grow your brand name, and we're going to kind of show you some examples of that. So if your purpose is on here to educate, look at all the different things that they have on here, and you guys can use, you know, how to make lanterns, how to do gardens, how to you know, build things. So do you want to just teach on here and use this as your platform for everyone to say, hey, this is the go-to person when I'm trying to learn how to do this? So is it to educate or to sell something? You know, people are buying houses every 5 to 7 years. So selling on here is a good, viable thing, but it cannot be your only thing, because you're only going to be hitting a very small portion of the market. Is it to connect here? Are you just looking to grow fans and get your name out there and get people to know who you are? And there's nothing wrong with any of these, and you can have all of these as your goal as well. But usually something is going to be kind of standing out for you. Or is it brand recognition? And if you look at this, this is Whole Foods page. You know, they're a grocery store chain, but they're not selling their groceries on this page. They are getting brand recognition. That's what they're using this for. So they're bringing a ton of value to their people by, you know, providing recipes and gardening tips and what should be good in your kitchen, and how to do you know, plant-based diets, and just gadgets that they can use, and how to make your food pretty. So that is a nice way to think about this, is that it always doesn't have to be about sell, sell, sell. It can be about other things too.
Good point there, Tammy. Is I mean, this stuff. I mean, if you're trying to think, what is this stuff really like? Is Pinterest real? Look how many followers they have. Almost 38,000 followers.
There's more than that. This is probably a month-old slide. So yeah, there's a lot more than that on here. So what was your purpose? Is it to sell or get brand recognition, or just connect with people? The other thing is, what are your goals on here? Are you on here just to get buyer and seller leads, or opt-ins? Because you can have people go to an opt-in page where you're collecting data from them. So, you know, we always, one of our favorite sayings on here is, you know, the person with the biggest database wins. So there's definite ways that you can grow a database if you know what your goals are. Is it just to get new referral partners or affiliate partners? And those can be, for you guys in the real estate agents, title companies or attorneys or mortgage professionals, or CPAs, you know, other people. Yes, yes. So, you know, is that your goal, to connect up with other professionals on here? Is it just to get a certain amount of followers each day? Are you just trying to grow your brand recognition and your following by getting I want to get 10 new followers a day. I want to get 20 new followers a day. So when you have goals in mind of what you're trying to reach, that helps you know what you have to do, how many people you have to go follow each day then, because about 80, and we're going to cover this in a little bit, but about 80% of people who you follow will follow you back. So if your goal is to get, 10 new followers every single day, then you're going to have to, have about 14 people that you follow so that you're getting your 80% of people following you back. Or is it just to get a certain amount of comments back or engagements? Are you trying to, get people to comment on your posts so that you have a very robust page on here? So knowing what your goals are is also going to help you know how much time you have to put into this as well. So we've got a little strategy map here that we're going to go through, and the very first one is exposing yourself, and that is not in the bad way. Speaking of Pee Wee Herman. This is just letting the world see who you are, okay? And so we're going to go through how you guys can do that, then how to get followers and how to engage with them by giving them good quality content and pins, then how to drive traffic here by or to drive traffic to other websites as well. So getting them from your website or your blog or your fan page onto Pinterest, or vice versa, getting them from Pinterest over onto your website, your blog, or your fan page so that you can collect email address as well and start connecting with them that way. And then ultimately to sell something via a home or any side products that you may have, or and doing videos on here as well. So let's talk about the very first thing that we had on there, which was getting exposure. The very first thing that you can do to get exposure is teach things that you know, okay? And so there's several ways that you can teach what you know. Everybody specializes in something, or they have something from their heart that they can show. The key on Pinterest, though, and we talked about this in our last session, is taking what is inside your head and putting it down in a picture format that is pretty, that will make people want to click on your post. So here's the first one that you can do, and this is going to be using infographics. This is our first way to teach what you know, is by using those infographics. So, how to sell your home, or what renovations have the best resale value. This is a little dark, so I would probably change this about and lighten it up just a little bit. And make it a little bit more eye-appealing, but I mean, it's definitely a great topic because a lot of people want to know, does putting a brand new bathroom in, or does recarpeting, does that really help me with my resale value? How to stage your home on a tight budget, another great one. And then if you want to help your clients with credit repair, another great infographic that teaches them, some credit repair stuff. So using graphics is a great way to teach what you know. One of our favorite ways is to use video. And so teaching what you know via video, and you can do this yourself, or you can interview experts every single week and put up a video on that. And you can share anything and everything that has to do with home maintenance. So, how to landscape, and, interview one of your favorite landscapers, how to take care of your pool. And, with all the seasons, you can say how to get your pool ready for the winter, or how to get your pool ready for the summer. Tips on how to take care of hardwood floors, how to get stains out of your carpet. So anything that has to do with home maintenance, people are always looking for those tips. Things to do with car maintenance, you don't have to stay just in the real estate niche. You can go, as long as you are helping people and providing value to them, it is going to be worth your while to do that, because they're going to come to see you as the person who knows a little bit about everything. And next time they need, and we've had this happen to us a number of times, when they need a bottle of wine to take to a dinner party, they call us. Hey, I really don't know what to take. Can you give me some information on that? And it is so true that if you start just providing great value, they will see you as that person that they turn to for everything. So money saving tips, credit repair, marketing tips, social media tips, if you're helping out other people in your industry or in your niche, or referral partners like the CPAs or the attorneys or the title companies, you can give them marketing tips that you guys are learning through these classes. coupons, recipes, technology, gardening tips. So all of those things can be done on a video. They only have to be like a 2-minute little tiny video with a call to action at the end of those. Other ways that you can teach yourself is by doing how-tos. So we did the infographics, which were the pictures that showed step-by-step instructions on how to do. But you can also do before and after pictures. Like I love this one right there, how to set up bookshelves. And they took these and they wrote names right on top of it to show people exactly how to do that. How to make these harlequin patterns on the wall. How to make these little garden pots growing out in the garden, how to build things. So, make snapshots of things that you're doing, and then you can put them in Adobe Premiere, or you can put them in, it's not going to be Adobe Premiere, I'm sorry, it's really Photoshop. I'm sorry?
Yeah, PowerPoint works really good for, drawing on stuff and putting stuff inside pictures and stuff like that, like they're doing here.
I love PowerPoint. I use it for almost everything. So yeah, you can do it with how-to photos and free reports. So create reports, questions to ask before buying an old house. When they click on this, it can take them to a free report on your website, okay? Buying a house, picking the right pros, how to pick somebody, and when they go there, it's pick me, I'm the best, So, buying a house is this enough to justify buying a house? 10 things that you need to know before you buy a house. Selling our current house and buying another, how do we do that? Does buying a house make sense right now? So there's a lot of things that you can do with free reports and have people either opt in to get them with a little opt-in page, and I think, have you taught us, you've done a class like that on here, right, with the Google opt-in page? So,
yeah, we use Google Docs to do that one, yeah. Google Docs is a free one to build a form in. They call it a form, but it's considered an opt-in page or a squeeze page or something like that, yeah.
So just teaching what you know is a great one. The next thing is just sharing things. Share results of things that you've done. So if you have helped, design a house and taken it, before and after photos. This is what the house looked like before, and this is what it looked like afterwards. Or, here, same thing, before and after, furniture, bathroom remodels. So if you have had a hand in giving suggestions to past clients or current clients on, different things that they could do, staging their home would be a perfect one. How you took a house that was dreary and, didn't have anything going, and then you restaged it by removing a lot of the clutter and knickknacks that were around and putting fresh flowers in the room, taking before and afters. Always be on the lookout of things that you can do that will show the value that you have because of your expertise. So you've taken them from here and moved them over to here. So before and afters are a great way to show what you do and what you do best.
A good one for that, Tammy, would be like when you're working with borrowers and you're looking at homes, and of course a lot of the homes are empty, no furniture, no nothing. So you could have an actual pin for each. You could have a board for each borrower in each one of their homes, and then do before and afters. Like here it is empty, here it is with it, decorated, and that could be their own little personal board. You could allow them to pin on it if you wanted to.
Absolutely.
And have them be part of it. So now you're getting interaction with your Pinterest board with your borrowers as you go along, and you can have unlimited number of boards. It get kind of fun, to be honest with you.
It would be, yeah. And we'll cover that later on. How many boards you should have and how to do that. So another way to share yourself is to, share your happy customers, people who are happy with you. And so, posting pictures of people who have just bought their house, or you out front with the sold sign, or, things that, hey, we just sold this house in 42 days or 12 days, or things like that. And you can do it either through photos or you can do it through video testimonials. So either one of those for sharing with your customers is a great way to do that. And you can also share different things with your referral partners. So if you've had great luck working with a title company, or great luck working with a CPA or a financial planner or an attorney, you can get video testimonials from them as well.
Great idea. I would highly recommend that. If they'll do it, another one to get is if when you're listing a home, if you could get the lister, and I think we showed that in an example last week, but if you can get the seller to talk about why they purchased the home and get it on video, because they're going to put their passion into it, that would be a tremendous way to go.
It is. So the next way to do that is to tell your story. So we've, shared some things. So now you can tell your story. And there's all different ways that you can tell a story. One is you can tell about your first, we had a conference, so our first conference is on here, but your first-time home buyers seminar, or your first, repairing your credit seminar that you've done. So all of these, first things you can share your story about different things that you've done. The first book that you've written, so things I wish my broker had told me, and keeping it real in real estate, and making hard cash in a soft real estate market. So if you've written a book, or you've written an article, you've written something like that, take a snapshot of and put it up on here, because it just lends a lot of credence to who you are as a professional real estate agent. And I put this in here because sometimes you guys are going to be helping your the people in your neighborhood. So we have a whole strategy called B2B, where you go into other businesses like gyms and florists, and you teach them what you're learning as far as social media. And when they come across somebody who is looking to buy or sell a home, you are the first name that they pop into. And so I put this, telling about your first product in here, because sometimes the people you're going to be teaching this to are going to have products that they want to sell. So, this is, the very first floral arrangement that I made. So you can put something like that in there. For yourself, it would be, the first unusual property that you sold. So if you have a really cool piece of property that you've sold in the past, put that up there, because people really want to know what you do and how cool you are in being able to sell properties like this. And I just love this house. I would buy this house.
I was just going to say, that is pretty dang cool right there.
Yes, I would love that.
It's actually up off the ground, too. That's neat.
Your latest project or your favorite hobby. People want to do people want to do business with people that they know, like, and trust. So when you are vulnerable, or you open up, or you share things that you're good at or that you enjoy, and it shows that you have a fun side of life, or it's not all work, 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 people like to see that. And so if you're a gardener, or if you, love wine, or if you love to travel, or, bicycle or motorcycle, share that. If you're a boater or something along those lines, share that as one of your boards so that people can get to know you.
Absolutely.
So now we've talked a little bit about, the exposure part, letting the world get to know you. So now we're going to talk about, and this is what a lot of people have come here for today, is to how to engage with people on here and how to get people to follow you. So the very first, and to me the most obvious way to do this, but most of the time it's the most overlooked way to do this, is to get the people who know you right now following and engaging you on Pinterest. So your current audience is your email list. So if you have been lucky enough to have kept a database of all your past clients and your present clients, then you have got a humongous advantage over many, many real estate agents, because a lot of them do not keep track of that. So, your email list is a great place to start. Just sending them out an email, and it does not have to have anything else on there except for, hey guys, I'm now on Pinterest, would love to have you follow me. Click here, and you put your Pinterest link in the email, and they can follow you right then and there. You can put it up on your website so that people who are already engaged in your website and they're going there on a daily basis or a weekly basis, or just stumble across it, can find it on your website. And we talked about this last week, how to get that pin it button and put up on all of these places. So go and watch that class if you don't remember how to do that, because we're not going to go into that today. But your current audience can be the people that you're already engaged with on Facebook, on LinkedIn, on Twitter. And this is a funny one, but your old-fashioned Rolodex, you can have your assistant call people and just say, hey, haven't touched base in a little bit, just wanted to know that we're now on Pinterest and love to have you join us there, and here's some of the few things that we talk about. I think you'll really love it, so join us there. This is how you get us. Do you have an email address that I can send you an invite to? And so now you've re-engaged with them, and you're getting some contact information with them as well. And then your phone contacts, you can text people your Pinterest email address and have them join you right from your phone on texting. So I think that's a great way to first get the people that you know first. They're the easiest. They're the low-hanging fruit. So start with them first.
And those are probably your closest as well. Those are people that already know, like, and trust you, that would accept any invitation you might have, and they're not going to question it. You know, I mean, they're going to go right there. They're going to join you and join the party. Really, is what it is.
Exactly. And then this is how you kind of do that, guys. So when you get onto Pinterest, you already need to be logged in. So you get logged into your account, and then once in the upper right-hand corner, right here, is this thing right here that says About, and this is the button that we're looking for. And I love it because it's got the call to action built in already. It says, follow me on Pinterest. They know what that button is telling them to do. Okay, so you can get this button and put it in all kinds of places, okay? So you're going to hit the About button, then you're going to go over here where it says Goodies right here, and when you hit that, it's going to give you a whole bunch of options to choose from. So you just scroll down the page until you see this one that says the Follow button for your website. So I would suggest that you click on this very first one just because of what we just talked about. It has that built-in call to action, follow me on Pinterest. And it's going to give you right here, this is called HTML coding right here. And you just copy that and you go paste it wherever it will take HTML code. So generally your website, your blog, your email signature, all of those things take HTML code, so you just put it in there. And if you don't know how to do it, I'm sure you could get a 15-year-old to help you with that.
Right.
They know how to do that.
Or a 5-year-old, yeah. I mean, yeah.
So,
you know, I think you got to remember about your other social media sites as well. So, because like when you're, I mean, because you can, what I recommend is going back and forth. So, like if you're going to post something on Facebook, post the link from Pinterest on Facebook. If you're in Facebook, maybe in Pinterest, you know, kind of go, like in LinkedIn, if you're going to post something in LinkedIn, take them to your Pinterest page. So you're interacting in all this, like you're in LinkedIn, but you're asking them to click on a link that's in Pinterest to show them something that you want to share with them that's relevant to whatever you do, so they get to know, like, and trust you type thing. So kind of interact with that. It takes a little bit of thinking. It's a little bit of a change, but it's so powerful when you start incorporating other social media sites inside other social media sites. And we'll have a class on that later on.
Right, and the biggest question that I get from people when I say you need to post on Facebook and Twitter and Pinterest is, why can't I just use one of those, okay? Right. And the long and short of it is that there are a lot of different people out there who enjoy different modes of communication. Twitter is for people who are in a hurry and just want the long and short of it. Don't take a lot of my time. I just want to know. And if the post sounds interesting enough, then I'll go and read a little bit more about it. So, but the biggest thing people want to know is because Facebook and Pinterest. Why should I have those two accounts? Because Facebook will allow me to post those pictures that you're asking me to post on there. The thing that I'll tell you, and the biggest reason I think that you should use both of them, is one is because Facebook is where everyone's at right now. I mean, they've got almost 1 billion users right now, and so so that's a lot of people. And so that is where the party is right now, and Pinterest is growing quite a bit. Now, what Pinterest is good for, where Facebook is not at this very moment in time, is that because you can have those boards and you can have those categories on Pinterest, it makes it very easy for people to go back and find your comments and the things that you're posting. On Facebook, when you post something, you know, later in the day, it's down at the bottom of your news feed. And even if you have a fan page, if you've posted a lot of things on your fan page, things can go down to the bottom of your fan page too, and then people are going to have to start scrolling. And, you know, where was that staging tip that I wanted to know? I'm ready to stage my home now. Oh, gosh, it'll take me forever to find it in a Facebook post, whereas on Pinterest, you've got everything in categories. So anything that they could want to know about home maintenance is in one category. Anything that they could want to know about selling a home is one, and buying a home is one. Staging my home is one. how-to projects, how to do a garden and things like that. They're all in different categories, so it makes it very easy for them to go back and find the posts that they're looking for. So that is one of the biggest reasons that I say you need to have 2 of them. And Pinterest is such a visual thing, and people are spending more time on Pinterest. It's very addicting, and so people are spending more time on it just because one pin leads to another pin, leads to another pin. It's like, oh, I want to see what they have to say about that. And they spend a lot more time on Pinterest. And we talked about this a little bit last week, but the majority of people right now on Pinterest are women. And so, bless our hearts, we love to see what other women are posting and what other people, our eyes get caught on different things, and we start researching and playing, and, before we know it, 2 hours has gone by. And that is the robust nature of Pinterest. And so I would say you need to be on both, and I love Pinterest because people can find your past posts on there. So the third way to get new followers is to follow other people, and we talked about this a little bit earlier, is that 80% of pinners will follow someone who follows them. So if you go after people that you are looking for and start following them, they're going to follow you back. No. So if there's someone in town that you want to work with really, really bad, you want to be on their list of preferred real estate agents or something like that, see if they're on Pinterest and follow them. Okay, so that's one way to get new followers on Pinterest. Another way is to engage them. So if you do find someone that you like on there, start engaging with them. Repin pins that you find interesting, at least. Don't repin their crap, but repin some of their stuff that's really nice. Okay, and so they'll say, because they get a notification, so-and-so repinned your pin. It's like, cool. Or like their pin. And the biggest way, though, is to comment on it. Just like Facebook or just like some of the other social medias, you can comment on their pictures and say, hey, this was a great pin. I found this about it. So like this guy said, fantastic idea for a very creative post. He was short and sweet, but he got right to the point of what he wanted to say, thanking them and in a very specific manner.
I think a huge part of engagement is when you get a new client. I love that picture. When you get a new client, you don't know, like Tammy said, you don't know if they're going to be on Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, Pinterest, and it's a great conversation piece. Pinterest, especially if you're talking to the woman, ask them, say, hey, do you use Pinterest? Because it just might be a great conversation piece. It might be something that connects you, and here's the mindset behind that. If you bring something to the table and they start using it and they're on it like an average of 89 minutes a day, guess what? They're going to remember you every time they're on there. They're going to interact with you in there. They're going to share stuff with you. I don't know how many times, and I know you've heard this, Tammy, people build friendships from this stuff, like deeper friendships. They share and they get to know and like each other, and they get to know their likes and interests and dislikes as well. So it's really powerful now. So I'd highly recommend spending a couple minutes every time you get a new buyer, a new seller, somebody, go find them wherever they're at and start interacting with them.
And I know we've talked about this a little bit before, but you guys don't have to be the ones actually physically doing this. You can have an assistant do that for you.
Correct.
We have one here in our office who helps us out with stuff like that. She goes in and does our birthday notices for us, and she goes in and does, any new fans that join up. She says, welcome to them. So you guys can have someone help you guys with this as well. You don't, I mean, I hear a lot of you, some of the posts that I saw in the fan pages, like, holy cow, you guys are giving us so much information, I can't keep up. You can have someone help you with this, okay? So you do not have to be the one always doing this. Another way to get new followers on Pinterest is to tag people in your photos. So say you do a first-time home buyers seminar, or say you go to a class of some kind, or you meet with a potential CPA or financial planner or attorney that you go to a meetup thing and you get your pictures taken with them. Come back, put it up on your Pinterest, and then you tag them in it. And the way you do that is, see down here it says juicing with @DrewCannoli. And see how dark that is? It's in bolded letters. The way you do that is you just go into the picture, you put it in there, and then when you hover over the picture, it says edit, and you click on edit the pin, and then you can come in here and you put in the description, juicing with, and as soon as you put this @ sign right here and start typing their name in, once you get their name in there, that's what it will do, and then it'll show up on their page that you tagged them, and they're like, oh, Cool. That was really cool. And you can put a little bit more of a description in there. You know, hey, I was at a meeting with so and so. She has great ideas on blank. And so, you know, give them kudos at the same time, and you've tagged them in a pin, and now their people are seeing that, and so it's good all the way around. And the last way you can get new followers is by using those keywords that we talked about last week and a little bit this week. The keywords will help people when they come onto Pinterest. There's a search bar, and if they put up in the search bar homes for sale in Kalamazoo, if you have used that as a keyword, your pins are going to come up in here. So making sure that you put in your description down here what you want as your keywords. So love the frames on the wall, you know, and the keywords were decor, frames, pictures, mirrors, portraits, and antiques. So, you know, they kind of got a lot of stuff covered there. So make sure that you put, you know, some keywords in there, real estate in Tampa, real estate for sale in Tampa, just things like that, so that people, when they go in here to try and find things, that you're going to be the one coming up in here. And don't be afraid for other things. Find out what, you know, if you've got some real good tips on, say you do like wine or you do like travel. You know, when you start making really excellent posts and you're knowledgeable and you're sharing what you know in different arenas, when they click on your name to go back to your original board, that's when they're going to see that you're about real estate as well. So it's not just about real estate all the time. It's about you bringing value to the people who are seeing some of your posts, and when they're searching for things and they find you by those keywords, that when they return back to your original board by posting, by clicking on your name, then they're going to see that you're about real estate as well. And here's another one about keywords. So if you're helping another person grow their business, say one of your referral partners, and you're teaching them marketing tricks and tips. So when you're doing your video or making your post and you want those kind of people to see it, then those are the keywords that you're going to be putting in. Like when we did this video, it was, you know, all about Facebook and some different things that you could do with Facebook. And so, you know, new Facebook trick, and the keywords were advertising and marketing and tips and strategy and business. So if anyone did that search up in those, in that category bar or in the search bar, and they put in, you know, Facebook advertising, our post is going to be pinned, is going to be one of the pins that come up.
You know, the cool part about Pinterest, you might be going to cover this, but you can have other pinners. Like, for example, my partner that's with me at work, I got a couple partners, and I'm like, okay, today you're going to, or this week or this month, you're going to help me with pins in this category. And you're going to help me with pins in this category. You can have other pinners that pin to your board for different categories as well, so it's not just you all the time trying to build your brand. It's other people helping you. So if you have maybe a secretary or a partner or an assistant or another agent you work with that you partner with, I mean, share that job of building your brand on Pinterest and interacting, engaging with different categories.
Yeah, and you know, there is so much to cover on Pinterest. We really could do another class on it with some advanced strategies on here, because that would definitely be one of the strategies. And there's just so much on here, there's just not enough time to share it all in an hour. And we're probably going to go over a teeny tiny bit again today. I'm sorry, guys, but I'm just giving you a forewarning that we probably will go over just a little bit. But here's another great way to get people to engage with you, and that's to add what we call a pin it button to your website, okay? Now, this is a very specific strategy when you're using it for a blog or a website, and this, again, we could go into a lot more depth than this for teaching this, but if you have a blog or something like that, you can have someone follow that specific post on there by putting this pin it button. And here I'll show what you mean. So here is this post right here. You know, Pinterest drives more traffic than Google and YouTube and LinkedIn. And this is a post on a blog. And so over here, they put all their social media and how people could click on that and share it to another site. So this is how you're going to get this pin it button right here to put into your blog post. So you're going to go to the About section again, just like we did before. You're going to go into Goodies, just like we did before. And then you're going to go down, I would say it's probably like the fourth category down. and it says a pin it button for your website right here, okay? So you're going to add a pin it button to your site that takes people directly there. So the first thing that you need to do is you need to get the URL of the page that the pin is on. Now, this is advanced, and I know people are going to start asking questions about this, so I'm going to tell you exactly how to do it, and then you guys are going to have to come back probably and listen to this class again, okay? So what you need to do is right here where it says the URL of the page that it's pinned on is, let's go back up here, right here. If you right-click right here, right-click on the title, something is going to come up that says the permalink, the perma, P-E-R-M-A-L-I-N-K, the permalink for that particular post. And that's what you're trying to find. You don't want the home page of this, and because this is what drives a lot of people crazy on Pinterest, is some people will just say, oh, I like this post, and they'll go and take it and they'll post it on Pinterest. But when that home page changes, people can't find that post anymore, and they're like, hey, that, you know, I see a picture for a cupcake here, but when I go to the post, it's all about a steak. And that's because people were posting the pin for the home page of the blog, but not for the blog itself. So that's what you need to do, is get the permalink for the blog post, and you can do that by right-clicking on the actual title of the blog, and then it'll you can get the permalink from there. Okay, so that's what you want to put in here, is the permalink, and then the image of the URL. Now you get that image by doing the same thing. You can right-click on that, go to the image itself, right-click, and it'll say, you know, get me the URL of the picture, and that's what you're going to be putting here.
I'll do a video on just this part so they can go right to this and do this. I'll kind of do an example for them.
Okay, perfect. Okay, and then a description of what you're pinning. So, you know, hey, this was a great article on how Pinterest is kicking the butt of YouTube, LinkedIn, and Facebook. You know, so you can put that in there. Those are all your keywords are in there. So it had all 4 social media sites in there, and it kind of explained, you know, I think this is a great, you know, way to spend your time. And then you have to get this code down here, and the code is what you're going to be putting wherever you want these buttons, okay? So you're going to, once you've got all this filled out, it's going to, you're going to go here, and you're going to tell them how you want your pin it button to look, okay? You can have it horizontal, you can have it vertical, and once you push on that, then these buttons are going to pop up right here, and it tells you what to do with that stuff. So add this first stuff right here, right where you want the button to appear on your page, so you know how they had it over on the left-hand side there. And then after you've got that in there, you're going to add this code to your page only once and directly above one of the closing tags. And so, Scotty, you'll walk them through exactly how to do this, correct?
For sure,
okay.
For sure.
So, guys, go back and we'll have like a little supplemental video on exactly how to add this pin it button to your post. Just make sure you grab the permalink is the biggest thing that I can say. So the final part about getting your followers and engaging with them and staying engaged with them, I would say was, you know, consistency is the key, okay? So I would pin, you know, a couple times a day, no more than 8 pins, and no more than, you know, that much time in an hour. You know, because you can start finding stuff and pin, and, you know, it's just going to just annoy people, okay? So just post a couple times throughout the day. Again, I can't reiterate this enough. You do not have to be the one doing this. You can have an assistant do it for you. If you pin throughout the day, you kind of cover your bases, and everyone who is on Pinterest at different times of the day is going to be able to see that you're engaged and that you're on here. And then consistency is the key, making sure that you're posting quite a bit and often and staying with it. Don't just, you know, decide I'm going to do this for a month and then say, I don't want to do this anymore, okay? You know, you need to stay with this, and again, you can have someone else doing that for you. So we've shown the world who we are, and now we've gotten some followers and some engagement. So now we're going to learn how to drive traffic to and from Pinterest, okay? So the biggest thing that you can do to help drive traffic is to have great pins, okay? And the first thing that you can do is making sure that your captions are correct on your pictures, okay? We talked about this last week. Never, never, ever, ever, ever have a naked, what we call a naked pen. A naked pen doesn't have a caption on it. It doesn't have a caption on it. It doesn't have a link that leads back to anywhere. It's just a picture, okay? So you never want to have a naked pen, okay? So make sure that you have proper captions, that you're using your keywords, that you're using great concepts, that you're not just saying, you know, haha, this was funny, okay? You need to make sure that you say exactly what you want to say in it and explain what it is and use those keywords that we talked about. And have a caption that has a call to action. This is who I am, this is who I help, and this is how I help them. So this is one of our captions under one of our things. Don't forget to listen to get on our list. So right there is a call to action. Get on our list for a weekly strategy for your chance to win a free video camera. So we told them who we are. We help you with strategies. How we help you, we're going to help you win a free camera. And this is how we help you. We have a weekly email that you can jump on and listen to every single day. So make sure that you, and then down here we have a second call to action. Click here to get on our list, okay? So make sure that you have a great photo, number one, that draws your attention, and then that you have the proper captions underneath that have those three things on them. Here's who I am, here's who I help, this is how I help them, and the fourth thing would be, here's what I want you to do next, which would be get on my list or click here. Now the way that you can change those captions and put stuff on there is you're going to upload your picture first. So you get your picture put up in there, and then you're going to mouse over the picture. When you mouse over the picture, the words edit will come up and you'll click on that. And once you click on edit, this is what's going to come up, okay? So you're going to put your description in here. Then you're going to put the link to where you want them to go. And then you can tell them what board you want it to go on. So if you've already got boards created for that category, you can put it up there and then put Save Pen on there. So that's how you want to make sure that you always have a good description in there and that you have your links in there and that it's taking them where you want them to go. And we talked about that. No
all this stuff seems a little, it seems like a lot, but it's not that tough. The first one's probably going to be a little harder than the second, third, and fourth. But once you get the mindset of this, it's so powerful. It empowers you to connect and engage and interact with people. And then what I would do is start watching other people, what they're doing and how they're doing it and interacting. And it's just a change. You know what I mean? You're not used to doing something, so it's like, God, I don't get it. Well, just start following and interacting with other people. You'll see and you'll get the mindset behind it. And once you start doing it, it almost becomes like an obsession. Like it's fun. It's interacting because people will comment and interact with you. So it's just give it a chance. And once you get to that point where you're actually doing it, and it's just like riding a bike. You get on it, you fall down. You get on it, you fall down. It's like once you get on it, you start riding. It's like, oh, this is easy. And that's really, truly how this stuff is.
It is. It's not that hard. It really isn't, okay? So I would highly encourage you guys to get it, just hop on here. And, it's easy to say you can't do anything wrong. But, you can always go back and edit stuff, which is what I love about Pinterest is that, if you find later that you want to put a better link with it or put a better caption with it or do something a little bit different, you can go back in, hover over it, say edit the pen, and edit it, okay? Which is really, really nice. And then you're going to just click Save Pen, and you're done. Another thing that you can do, so we have, let's see, we've had a proper caption. We've edited the links to make sure that they're correct in here and they take them somewhere. And the third thing is if you're selling something, which most of you guys should be selling something on here because you're real estate agents, you want to put the price on here, okay? So Pinterest has made it super duper easy for you to do this. So you're going to hover over your picture again. In your case, it's going to be a home, and I have another slide for the next that's going to show you a really cool one. But you're going to hover over the picture, hit the edit button, and then as soon as you type the $ in here and a price after it, Pinterest will automatically put that price for you up here, okay? So you don't have to do anything. Once the code $ goes in here, Pinterest is going to take care of doing this for you right here, okay? Then you're going to put a link to it. So if you have like a single property website that you're using, put the link right here to that property, and you are golden here. Oh my gosh. So put the price, a little description of the home here, the link to your single property website, the board that you wanted to go on, real estate for sale, or if you can have like 4 different cities that you're marketing in, Kalamazoo homes for sale, Tampa homes for sale, whatever. Put it on the board that you want it to go onto, and then click Save Pin. So this is an example of someone who did that. So they've got a home here for $23,900,000. So it's just lifestyle for sale, and they've got a beautiful picture of it, and you can go on there and you can go to the home and see the home. Now, some of you guys may have like a little side business or something like that. Maybe you sell antiques, or you have like a little thrift store, or you have partnered up with a local lighting company or something like that, and you want to sell products on here as well. You can put your price up here, and when they click on the picture, it takes them to the website that you have your products on. Or if you're teaching, people in your community, again, the florist or the gym owner or the pizza joint, you can show them how to do this. Put their prices on here to sell their products and lead them back to the websites there. So I think this is really something cool that Pinterest does for you so that you can sell your products and services. And the fourth thing that you can do is to drive traffic is use video. Video outpulls text any day of the week, okay? And people like to be entertained, they like to be taught, they like to be helped, and this is a way that you can do it all in one fell swoop. So now you can't upload your video directly to Pinterest, but what you can do is you can take a picture of the video right here. So if it's up on YouTube or wherever it is, the thumbnail is going to have the little play button on here. So you take that picture, upload it in Pinterest, you're going to hover over it till it says edit, and then you go into edit, and then you put in the link, you put the link to the blog wherever that video is hosted so that they can go and watch the video right away. So this is a great place to host your video, and that helps drive traffic as well. And then the biggest thing that I can tell you is to try and put up as much original content as you can. You do want to help share other people's posts, because that's how they're going to follow you. People like to be recognized for the things that they do. But you having your own original content on here is really going to drive traffic as well, as long as it's good content, okay? So you're going to put your post in here, your description with your keywords in here, and then the link to your Saturday strategy, and then the board that you want it in, and push save your pin. So
virtual tours are another hot one. That's the #1 click link on
yes.
any property website is virtual tours. And you can always have your own, you can have a whole board of virtual tours of different homes and the price. Remember, you can put that price right on there. So you can have a virtual tour, the price, and have it go right to the virtual tour of one of your single property websites. Would be amazing.
That's a great idea. A great idea. Love that idea. So let's talk a little bit now. We've covered a lot of stuff of how to get people to follow you, driving traffic to your site, selling your products and things like that on there. But the biggest question that's coming in is now, okay, I get that. What am I going to post? And give me some ideas here. So let's go over some ideas for some different boards that you can have, and then I'm going to go through and start critiquing some of the boards that people were very kind enough to share with us. And we're all friends here, let's keep that in mind, and we're here to help each other, okay? So some ideas that you can have for boards are products that you love, okay? So if there are books, free reports, credit repair, your homes that are for sale, home supplies, things like that that you have that you can sell, that is a great obvious thing that you can put up there is the homes that you have for sale. You can also have posts for your featured business partners. So if there are B2B partners that you have in the area, like the local florist or whatever, or the local landscaper who can give you tips, or the pool guy, or the attorney, or the CPA, or other real estate agents. If you're a seller and you have someone that you work with who is a buyer's agent, you guys would make a perfect team for each other for posting on each other's Pinterest sites, okay? You can have your brand and what you represent. We talked about earlier, are you a luxury home seller? Are you a first-time home seller? Are you a buyer's agent? Are you a VA, something like that. So your brand, who you represent, what you represent, do you represent the American dream or having stability? So you can find stuff like that that, really, supports your love for the country or whatever. Coupons. This is a huge, huge, huge one that I did not see very many people at all using on here, and I can't stress to you enough. People love to save money. They love to know that they're getting a bargain. So if you go around your local community and you get the other businesses to join you and help you out by putting coupons up on here for you, buy one, get one free lunches, or, happy hour free drinks, or, $10 off a $50 floor order, or, 50% off your first month at the gym. So you can put up money-saving coupons and budgeting. You can use QR codes to do that with. You can use the videos, do a mixture of things, just ways and ideas on how to budget and save money. Great, great, great idea for a board. Another great one is anything and everything, and you may have to have more than one category because this is such a big category, but decorating ideas or renovation ideas or home cleaning tips, how to get the shower scum off the shower, how to get that the wine stains out of the carpet, things like that, how to stage your home. So you can have different boards for those different things or just put them all under one category. Recipes. So, if you're known as a cook in the area and you love to bake, you can have a baker's corner or organic or cooking on a budget or whatever you specialize in. Travel. Great ideas for helping people travel and save money. Groupon is constantly having deals on there, so you can put your Groupon code up there for people to follow, and Groupon's kind enough to give you $10 every time someone uses your link. So you can, put a Groupon deal up there. Local hotels, if there are bed and breakfasts in your area that you guys can work with, put up deals that they may be having for the weekend there, or unusual places that you've gone to. Here in Florida, there's a ton of unusual places to go to, with the alligators and the swamps and stuff that we have around here. Put unusual, places to go so that people can rely on you not only for their home buying needs, but also for their day trips or their travel trips, I think, as well. Another one we talked about earlier was, your hobbies on here, biking, juicing, wine tasting, boating, cars, things like that. Gardening, seasonal ideas, what's great to plant in the fall, what's great to plant in the winter, how to landscape this, the best times to do that, how much do I water, how do I not water, how do I grow, food versus flowers. So, do-it-yourself ideas. How to clean, how to paint, how to remodel, plumbing ideas, how to get your ring that dropped down the sink out of the sink. So just different things like that. How to go green if they want to. Restaurants. So another thing that could go up with the coupons is restaurant, but also my favorite restaurants in town. This place has the best steaks. This place has the best salads. This place is the best organic place. This is the best place for just a light soup and salad meal. So people just like to be helped. If you're working with referral partners, and we talked about last week, you can have more than one board. So you may have a board that just is for your consumers, and then you may have a second board that just helps your referral partners and your business partners in the community grow their businesses as well. And if you have that kind of board, you can put their marketing tips and the things that you're learning here, you can reteach to them on that board. I have an example of this, but a mascot of some kind. So if you sell your home and you take Fifi with you everywhere you go, have her at each of the homes, and different things like that. Makes it fun and makes you that eccentric or quirky person that we talked about earlier in the presentation. Having that little mascot there is just adorable. Or you can, like Scotty said, is getting people to post on, you can get it so that other people can post on one board. They don't have to post on your whole account, but you can get it so they can post on one board. And they share pictures of their favorite pets, and that, here's Fido in his new home, and, take a picture of the dog in, his first night in the new home.
Cooking in the kitchen, and, oh, here's Fido using the bathroom, here's Fido in the basement playing around. I mean, you could have some real fun with this stuff.
Right, and inspirational quotes, inspirational ideas. Who doesn't like, something that makes them feel good? And then, of course, the standby that everyone wants to know anyways, but you don't want to have your whole board filled up with this, is home buying tips. So buying tips, selling tips, how to maintain your home, how to refinance, just different ideas like that. So you can see there's a broad base of ideas that you guys can be using here for boards or categories on here. And here's a couple more, your personal bucket list. You can put, people want to know, what's your favorite things and what you're looking forward to doing as well. Or, here's one, that centennials, so 100th birthdays of things in the year 2012 or next year in the year 2013, things that are turning 100. So it can be fun, really cool stuff that's not related to the real estate industry, but brings that when they click on this and they go back to your website, they're like, oh, they're about real estate, cool, and then they can start following you or doing other things. And they may not live right in that town, but they may know someone who knows someone. So word of mouth, you never know. It's a small world. What's that book about the oh gosh, I can't even remember what it's called.
Well, I know a popular book. I don't know why it comes to mind right now, but the Guinness Book of World Records. I mean, how often do you, as a family, sit there looking at the different records that are? I mean, so pick something out of there, or find a subscription. I mean, people love that stuff. You know what I mean? Even though it's in a book, we'll sit there for hours and we'll go through it over and over and over again, just because we can't believe people can do that. So.
Yeah, that'd be a great thing. So just unusual things that draw people's attention in. So what I want to do now is I want to go through and review some boards. So what we're going to do is we're going to start a little bit outside our interest, outside of our industry, just so that you guys can see that everybody, there's always room for improvement, okay? So because when we get to yours, I don't want you guys to take it personal. That everyone needs a little help with all of their social media, and there's always room for improvement, okay? So we're going to go through some very, very, very popular Pinterest boards, and you'll see by the number of people that they have following them that they are very popular, but things that they could do better, so that when I get to yours, I hope you don't have your feelings hurt. Now, there's many of you guys that gave me permission to do this, and so I am going to be as gentle as I can, but you also won't learn unless I'm honest with you. So let's start off with HGTV, okay? Huge, huge, huge following. You can see they have 115,000 followers on here, okay? So they must be doing something right to have that many followers, okay? The only thing that I would suggest to them would be to put more keywords in their description up here, okay? So it says photos, project ideas, and designs, but that's not what they're about. They are about do-it-yourself projects. So why didn't they put that up in the description? Because someone comes on here and does a search. You can see this search bar up here for do-it-yourself projects. They're not going to come up because they're not listed in that not listed in their About Me section right here, okay? Sure. So they need to have a do-it-yourself up there. Gardening, that's another thing they're huge at. They have a garden thing right here, but they don't have gardening up here, okay? Home designs, etc. Things that they're well known for, they don't have up here, and they also don't have a link back built in right here. Now, I don't know if you guys know this, but if you click on this world right here, this world will take you to whatever website you have listed in your profile. So make sure when we talked about last week about building your profile, there's a spot for you to put in a website, and whatever you put in there for your website in there is where they'll be taken to if they click this little world signal, okay? So, but I would definitely put some kind of, something in here to get more information. You have a whole bunch more characters here, and they didn't use much of them. Fill it up, kiddies. Fill it up.
There's a question coming in. Do you mind if I ask?
No, go ahead.
On the last one, there's 113 or 114,000 followers, and there's not a whole lot of likes. Is the goal, because on Facebook it's kind of like, okay, let's see how many likes we can get. Is that not the same case on Pinterest? And I don't believe it is, but I wanted your opinion on that.
No, I mean the goal for that is to get people repinning and pinning for you. Okay,
Okay.
so they do have quite a few of those. Okay,
Correct.
like on here just means that oh, that's pretty cool. That's
Yeah.
all you said was,
Not
hey,
a big
that's
deal.
cool. But
Right.
it didn't say, hey, that was cool enough that I want to reshare it with all my friends and
Right.
so that they
Exactly.
get to see it, okay? So when someone's pinning it for you, that means, hey, that was really cool. I want my buddies to know about it. So
Yeah.
that's your goal on here.
Jennifer, that was a great question. I don't want everybody to get their feelings hurt when they start putting up a bunch of stuff and they have followers and nobody likes anything. That's not really what this is about.
Right. So let's move on to Starbucks. Okay. So Starbucks has 11,000 followers now. They're just now getting into the market. They've been on here maybe 2.5 months now. So but on here, I think the biggest thing that they could have done for themselves is, click like or, click on here and we'll send, we'll give you, send you to a link to get a coupon for, $1 off your next coffee or something like that. But they would get a lot more likes and a lot more follows and a lot more people commenting on here if they had, given them some kind of incentive, like a great coupon.
Yep. Brilliant idea. Yeah,
Weight
they really
Watchers.
support on that. Yeah.
So Weight Watchers is on here. They're kind of new to here as well. One thing, and I've noticed that with some of the other people that are on here, so I'm just going to point it out that they did it as well. But they didn't make it so that their logo would fit into the picture here very well. Okay, so make sure that your picture is sized well so that it fits in here and it's clear and it's not grainy. Okay, so make sure that you've got a good size in here. The biggest thing that they didn't do that I would have capitalized on humongously big time is that they have a number of celebrities who are following them, and I would have definitely made that one of their boards and probably put it up here as one of the very first boards on here so that, people who enter the name Jennifer Hudson in there, it will come to their board automatically because they're following. They want to know what Jennifer Hudson's doing. Oh, she's on Weight Watchers too. So that's probably one of the biggest things that I would have done for this board. Whole Foods is, again, just like HGTV, is they needed a few more keywords up there. So, this is so generic, it could have been anyone's. These are a few things that we love and we want to share them with you. There's nothing about who they're about on there. So they needed to have stuff like, gardening or organic or healthy or food or recipes. That's what they're about. And they didn't have that in their keywords. So like we talked about earlier, guys, the big boys even need to do a little tweaking on here. So don't worry when we get to yours, okay? Kate Spade. Okay, so Kate I love because Kate did do something really, really cool. So we're going to talk about some of the things I liked about some of the pages, not just the stuff I don't. But if you look at Kate's, you can see that every one of her posts ends in the same word. So she's got ride colorfully, dress colorfully, travel colorfully, charm colorfully, think colorfully, decorate. I mean, everything ends in the word colorfully, which is really, really cool. It makes her boards very consistent with each other. So what you guys can do is you can take, if you don't want to steal from Kate Spade, you can take that word colorfully and plug it into the thesaurus. So I went to Webster's Dictionary, and here's some of just a few words that I found that you might be able to use to match colorfully. You can use brilliantly, gloriously, magnificent, majestic, regally, royal, grand, flamboyant, spectacularly, splendid, strikingly. So there's a lot of other words or adjectives. So let your mind go free as to if you like this concept and you want to use something similar to it, great way to do it. But wait, there's more. So I like this one as well because they used a lot of the first words, building the best, okay? And, that's a great words for you guys in the real estate industry, because you're building homes, building lives, building things like that. So, I mean, this person wasn't necessarily in the real estate industry, but I really liked how they were consistent with some of their board names. Building the best hair, building the best me, building the best nails, building the best workout, okay? So if you want to have a board that you keep consistent, those are a couple different ways that you can do that. Another way to do this, and we're starting to get into our real estate now, so Christine, I appreciate you letting me use your board, is she used the same sound in the words for each of their boards, like captivating kitchens, breathtaking basements, fantastic family rooms, majestic master suites, beautiful bathrooms, decorative doors. So you can see the theme there, lavish libraries, lovely laundry rooms. So keeping the theme the same there. Love, love, love that. Okay? And in her specialty, she had a lot of great keywords. So she had specializing in REOs, foreclosures, short sales, standard sales, new construction. She had her website in here and where she served, Temecula Valley. So, I mean, she got a lot crammed into her about me, and I loved how she did her boards and stuff there.
Great.
Yes. Nordstrom's, okay, so outside of the real estate industry again, so Nordstrom's, and this is what I was talking about earlier when we were talking about having a mascot. So they have two different things on here. One is they have a mascot, Boo, who visits all the little Nordstroms and stuff, and they take pictures of Boo as they visit those Nordstroms there. The other thing is we talked about letting people post on your boards with their dogs and their cats moving into their new homes or things like that, and they did that as well here. They have one that's called Fashion Cats, and I couldn't get everything on the same page, so I just had to kind of get the name of the board that was down here. But what they do is they allow people to take pictures of their cats in and out of the bags, you know, and the bag says Nordstrom's on them, and the cats are crawling around or stuck, you know, in the bag and the handles and stuff like that, and they have pictures of cats, you know, inside Nordstrom things, like a Nordstrom shoebox or things like that. So, you know, a great way to have a mascot and have some fun with the people who are following you on Pinterest and let them participate as well. Okay, so now we're going to move straight into some of our realtors who allowed us to use their boards. So I want to say, first of all, thank you so much, guys, for making yourself vulnerable and allowing us to look at your boards. And I know we're just getting started on this, so I know that there's not a lot of information up on some of these boards, and so we realize that, but we're going to just kind of like do what we can with what we've got, okay? So we're going to start off with Lynn here. So the first thing that I would say for Lynn is, one is that this is the first thing that people are going to see. They're going to see your photo, so I would make it so it's a closer headshot of you with a nice background. This white stripe, like pointing down on your head, just does, and the fluorescent light in the background. You know, if you had turned in front of this green wall right here and just had your picture taken straight on up against the green wall, that would have been even better. So make sure you have a great photo. We talked about that last week, that Pinterest is so visual that you have to make this part of that vision is who you are, so that people recognize you. And if you're branding yourself, that's what you need to have there. A better title. I didn't know what you meant about seniors real estate specialist. Do you work with only older people? Or are you an older real estate agent yourself? Or, you know, have you been in the business longer than anyone else, so you're a senior real estate? So it wasn't really clear as to what you were talking about as far as seniors was concerned. And then this About Me section, I would make it a little bit more about who you're trying to help. Them. That's who you've got to keep in mind. For every time you use your name or I, you need to use you or them, you know, 3 or 4 times that amount. So I would make it about, you know, helping you with real estate properties in Mountain Baba, you know, helping you find your dream. Go here. So those are things that I would do. The other thing on here was books worth reading. I didn't know if this was books for, is this for partners? Because your consumers are not going to want to read How to Be a Millionaire Real Estate Agent, okay? So if you're going to put books up here and you're hoping that your clients are going to find you here and follow you, they're probably not interested in this book. So make the books that you put here about them again, okay? So thanks, Lynn. Appreciate you letting us share. Teresa, loved this, okay? So Teresa, again, had a great great post up here. Could maybe put one more keyword in here. She had, you know, mother, grandmother, photographer, sports enthusiast, passionate real estate professional. I would have put agent in there as well somewhere, because a lot of people look for real estate agent, and so that's probably a great keyword there. But she had her city in here, Naples, her website's in here, in her places. If you push on this little flag button right here, you can put where you're from right in there, okay? So that helps there. And then I loved how the whole page was about Naples. That's where she's concentrating her business, and that's how she named each of her boards. Naples, fun things to do. Naples, Florida Bayfront. Naples, Florida, and then each of the neighborhoods that she has on here. Naples Wildlife, cool pools, and celebrities who have visited there or are from there. The only thing that I would suggest there is here we've got a couple of categories that don't have any pins in them, so make sure that you've got those filled up so that there's no dead space
or just delete them until you're ready, right? I mean,
yes.
You can delete them until you're ready, yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Yep. Karen. Karen loved this and loved ideas, and I'd have to think about this just a teeny tiny bit more on your title, because I know who you are and that you have this blog going, and the blog name is 365 Frederick. So I know that you're trying to get people to find you that way, but I don't know if I would have put that as your name in there. But I'd have to think about that for a little bit. Definitely put a different picture on there. One is that you can absolutely tell that it was cropped and that you tried to cut things out of the picture here. And two, it's got a dark background on here, and you got a shadow on your face so that it really can't see your face. So I would definitely do a different cover photo, again, because Pinterest is so visual on here. Love it. But just like the one before where everything was about Naples, I love this because it's all about where you are, and this is where you concentrate your business on, and this is what you love. And so I would say kudos to you, because you have all of these are all filled up. You've got it all about Frederick, and, you know, different other things as well, you know, how to sleep, your dream kitchens, you know, different things like that. So
what she could do with the 365 Frederick is have it as one of her tabs, and then have the picture of her blog post there as maybe like the details of her blog post, so they would click on it and then have the name of it as her blog post. Just a suggestion.
yes.
So it's like one of the first or second ones, so when people clicked on it, it took them to your blog, which would be the blog post of what you're writing about. And then the picture would have to do with maybe, because there's always a picture is worth 1,000 words, so you could always have a picture in relation to whatever you're talking about in your blog post.
Great suggestion, Scotty. Yeah. Yes. Yep, that's perfect. Okay, and George is obviously just getting started here. So,
George.
Yes, good for you, George. We just need to get some pictures up here. So good for you. So I would just say that, especially, you know, we can't really critique anything down here because there's no pictures down here. But up here, I would definitely put more keywords in here, because no one knows what a protector of a home buyer is. They're not going to find you that way. So I like that you said a protector of home buyer, but no one's going to find you as a real estate agent here, because real estate is not listed as a keyword in here. Okay, so that would be my main suggestion for you, is to get real estate as a keyword up inside your description here before you start doing other things. So thanks, George, for participating. Cindy, I love this because Cindy decided to brand her logo and her business and not herself as a picture. So the name of her business is called Redhead Properties, which I love the name too.
I love the name.
And then she put her blog up there, her blog photo and her logo up there, and she made it so it fit inside there, so it's very crisp and very clear. So love that about that. And she's got her keywords in there: nationwide wholesaler of commercial and residential properties for over 8 years. So love that about there. She's got some great different categories on here. We talked about, you know, having different categories for, you know, great housewarming gift ideas or favorite recipes, beautiful homes, fun ideas. Here's her blog, which you talked about, Scotty, having that as your very first one. So if you go here, you're going to be able to go to the blog. Her properties that are for sale right here, Redhead Properties for sale over here. So love how she did a lot of this. So so you guys will be getting a copy of this PowerPoint so you can go back and see some great ideas, okay?
Absolutely.
Danbury Realtors, the big thing that I would say on here is that one is here the logo doesn't fit, so you need to make sure that it fits inside the photo area right here. And two, down here where it says featured properties, I would definitely try and move that up a little bit farther into here. So you can move this and make it come up here farther, so it's up closer. Because if people get here, I mean, you've made your whole page about the name of the company instead of you as a person. And so when people come here, they fully are expecting a real estate page, okay? So it's not like you're, you know, a real estate agent and you're giving other great tips and ideas and hoping that they find out you're a real estate agent later. When they get here, they know because that's the name of your page. So if that's the case, put what they came for up top, which is this featured properties. You want to move that up here, and I'm going to show you how to do that in just a second. So Donna, thank you again, Donna, for letting us use your page as well. So what I've done here is I don't have access to Donna's board, and so normally what this would say it would say follow on here, okay? But I did it through the magic of television. I moved this button here and made it here so that you guys could see what would happen. So when you're logged into your board and on here, what you would do is you would see this right here where it says edit profile, and right here is a little button that has all your boards on it and everything like that. If you push that button, you can move your boards around so that you can change how they're set up on here, okay? So what I would do is I would have one post right here that has your featured properties, all of them listed right here. Then I would put all your other kind of, you know, boards up here. And then down below where people can't, you know, we call it below the fold. When you're getting below, so right here is above the fold because it's what they see when they first come to the page. As soon as someone has to scroll down just a little bit, that's called going below the fold. Okay? So all these individual properties, you know, this address with Mare Barn and 11 Boland South and stuff like that, I would put those down towards the bottom. Make those your bottom ones, and so when they start going below the fold, it's okay, you know, but put your main posts, the things that you really, really, really want people to see first, up here at the top, because this top area right here, these top 6 right here, are your #1 things, the things that you really, really, really want people to see. That's what needs to go there. So you click on edit profile. I'm sorry?
She's got Alcatraz for sale.
Yes. So the other thing that I would say again for Donna is in the About Me section is making it about them again. So instead of saying I combine my talents, you know, everything was about me, you know, making it more about what do you do for them. Okay, so putting them in there a little bit more, and then rearrange the boards to make the most interesting stuff is on there. Hatteras Real Estate, I really like this one. Again, their logo didn't fit in here, so make sure that you make that. And this adds some more boards on here, so that it looks a little bit fuller on there. But I love, you know, some of this stuff. You know, beach weddings. What a great draw for people coming to this page. That, oh my gosh, love you know, love Hatteras and you know, the Outer Banks and stuff like that. Love to have a wedding there. And you know, because maybe you don't just do real estate, or maybe you do rental properties as well. So this would be a great way to start a rental page as well, you know, having beach weddings there or having mountain weddings or things like that, or other fun things that you can do on vacations. As far as this one is concerned, you know, Keller Williams does not have a board all to themselves. They have, you know, like different Keller Williams agents on their own pages have their own little board on their page. Yeah. So you can so you can see it says Keller Williams all the way across here. Every single board is about Keller Williams. But when you look underneath, this is the person who has it. So Maria Thorne, Steve Blunier, Joanne Levine, Keller Williams Realty, Aaron Wilson, Julie Clifford. So all these people have Keller Williams as one of their boards on there. So the thing that you want to do is if someone's looking for Keller Williams and they put Keller Williams in that word search up at the top, when these pictures all come up, you want to make sure that's a killer picture right there. That's the first thing that they see. So you want to make sure that that's a great picture. And you can change what picture is showing here. And you can see that he has a whole bunch of pictures here. So he's got this main picture and then 10 other pictures inside here. You can change the order of those pictures, okay? So make sure that that photo is, you've got a great photo showing there, and this is how you do that. You would hover over your board. So you're up on your main page, you got all your boards showing. So you're going to hover over the board, and it says right here, edit your board cover. So you're going to click on that, and then you can scroll through all the pictures. Click, 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 click until you find, click, 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 the picture that you want, and then you're going to say, boop, set the cover. Okay, and that's going to be the cover picture for that board. So the last picture that you put up is going to be your board cover. So if you keep adding covers to that, pictures into that board, you're going to have to go in there and just change. If you like the same picture all the time, you're going to have to change that because the very last picture that you put in there is always going to be your cover. Okay, so make sure that you keep a really nice picture on your board cover. Okay. So this is a really cool one, okay? So what I like about this is right now Pinterest doesn't let you have this new on here, but you can do that yourself, especially if you have e-property sites and they let you put those banners up there. Right. Pull that page up there, jing a photo of that picture, and then put that picture up here linking that to your e-property site. So,
PowerPoint would be a great one to do that again.
Yeah, this drew my eye immediately because nobody else has it.
Yeah, right.
Okay, so make sure that you're doing really cool, fun things with your photos so that it draws people's eyes to it. Okay, you can also add words onto here as well. You don't have to just do the pictures alone. You can add words on top of that. Yeah. So you can either do that in PowerPoint and take a picture of it, or there's a website called PicFont, PICFONT, PicFont.com, that will let you put your picture in there and then add some really cool wording on top of that as well.
PicFont.com, cool.
Yes, yes. This is one of my very favorite pages, and if we have time at the very end, I'm going to take you into their actual personal Pinterest page and show you what they did. But this was one of their boards, and it has all these cool graphics on it. It had a little of everything on it. So it had cool graphics on it. It had, do-it-yourself things. It had calculators on here, what do I say? It had a maintenance checklist. It had how-to stuff, all kinds of really cool stuff. So I thought that this was a great board that they had put up on their website as well. Here's another one that they have all of their boards are similar names like we had talked about earlier, like Live Colorfully and Drive Colorfully and all those kind of things. Theirs are all called spaces. So spaces, everything you can all across, pretty much all of them are spaces. They have a couple places as well. But living rooms, kitchens, dining rooms, bedrooms, lofts, bathrooms, townhouses, exteriors, and then places. And I would move these around so that they were touching each other. So I would put all the places together, all the spaces together, so that they were all congruent with each other. Okay, but this was like. They had a couple different areas that they sold, like Broadway and Tribeca. So I would put everything together, kind of like that. But I really liked this because of how it was laid out and very congruent again. This is probably one of my very favorite boards. This guy is awesome. And one of our guys on here, Ron Siegel, texted last week and said, "Oh my gosh, this guy is awesome. He's right in my backyard, and he's a really nice guy to boot." So. So a great picture, shows he's a great family guy, and who doesn't want to work with a family guy? Okay, husband, father, real estate, got some good keywords in there, real estate addict, social media, so he's got two great keywords in there, real estate and social media, living the dream in where he is, Orange County, California.
You got to check out Meet Our Team as well. Like go to his Pinterest board. It's really cool. It's set up really nice.
Yes, it's beautiful, absolutely beautiful. But he tells about living the dream in California. So he's got, the houses, the spaces to live in, outdoors things to do outside, like going swimming or going to the beach or different things like that. His favorite places to go to eat. But it's all about Orange County spaces, outdoors, Orange County eats. Orange County real estate, the Orange County lifestyle, rides, different cars that you can get and stuff like that, beautiful pools that are there, Orange County people, people just around there, so in and about. So I just like how this is, Orange County man caves. This was a great one too. So, just...
He had kids. He had one for Orange County kids, and
yes.
Just really good stuff.
Yeah, so, kind of like take some of the stuff that we've shown you here, guys, and really let it sink in, because some of this stuff is really cool, and people have really stepped up to the plate with their boards. And so you can see he's got almost 1,000 followers here, so he's doing something right here. We covered a lot of information, and I know we went over, guys, and I appreciate you guys sticking with us. I hope this brought as much value as last week's class did to you. So, the recap for today is make sure you have a strategy. Why are you here? What are you looking to do? What are you looking to accomplish so that you do accomplish that, okay? How to create your brand, how to use your keywords, identifying who your customer is and knowing what their habits are. What is your purpose on here? Are you just trying to connect or educate or sell? What are your goals? Are you trying to grow the number of partners you're working with? Are you trying to increase brand awareness, staying consistent, how to get your followers, and then having boards that support your brand. You don't have to just have one board out there. If you want to have one for your customers, great. If you want to have one for the partners that you're working with so that you can help them out as well, that's wonderful as well. And then you can have your personal one where you can say, hey, look at my kid's birthday. So you can have a lot of those, and we reviewed exactly how to do that in last week's class. So if you aren't sure to how to get those boards, you can go watch that class as well. So, Scotty, that is it for today. Like I said,
Cool,
there's
man.
so much more we can share and go into this deeply, but, there's just a lot to it.
One of the biggest questions that keep coming through, and and I think this is on everybody's mind, is like there's so much that you can start a board on. I mean, Tim, it's amazing what you put together on this presentation. I have to say that, and everybody's saying the same thing. If you were to start, and I kind of know what I would say, but I want to hear from you, but if you were to start, because obviously it's going to take a little bit, when would you invite your friends? Because people are like, okay, there's a lot of stuff I got to do before I invite my friends. At what point do I go, okay, that's good enough, start engaging and interacting with the people that are friends of mine that know, like, and trust me? Like, would you do the first row maybe? Like, get the first row up?
Yeah, absolutely. I would get that first row up, and, at least one picture in each category. I mean, it does not have to be a lot of stuff on there, okay? So get one, 6 categories out there going and one picture inside each one of them. And, a great way to start off, guys, if you don't have original content quite yet, is to go and see what other people are doing. So if you want to go to a couple boards that are out there and share their posts, all you have to do is click share, and you're good to go. So you can definitely build up your posts with other people's stuff until you can start putting original content in there yourself. So again, you don't have to do this. You can have someone else help you do that, okay?
Right.
So just make sure that it's pretty, that you stay consistent, and that you're bringing value. That's the biggest thing I can say, is bring value, value, value.
And what you got to remember too is, like, you are learning that just like everybody else. It's so new. Yes, it's growing really, really, really fast. But now you have all the cutting edge stuff going. All right, I can start this. I can start friending people. I can start talking to people about it, sharing what it's about, explain what it's about, how you can repin, how you can share with other people. You can help your referral partners get started. It's just about getting started. And once you get started, just spend like 5 minutes a day. Find something that's cool and interesting that you think is cool and interesting, because if you think it is, other people, your friends, family, coworkers, or past clients are going to think it's interesting. And then they'll just start sharing back and forth or repinning or whatever. But keep focused. Do this every single day. Don't go, all right, I'll pin today, and then I'll do it every Monday. It's just spend 5 minutes. Find something else to pin. Find a different category. Get 5 or 6 categories and just go for it.
Yeah, like Scotty said, it does not take very long. Just commit to, I'm going to spend 15 minutes a day finding really cool posts and resharing them. And that's all you have to do.
Or the pictures, go through the pictures you have on your phone already.
Yeah.
You could probably generate 5 tabs just off the pictures you have on your phone of places you've eaten, people you've been with, that kind of stuff. People like to see that. So.
And as you're driving around town,
right.
Now that you know what you know, that you're going to be using this, as you're driving around town, look for opportunities. Look for things that would make a cool picture. Look for things that would make a cool post
Yep.
to put up on here. So,
Excellent, Tammy. I cannot thank you enough. I appreciate all your time and
Absolutely.
hard sweat and blood you put into this thing, and I hope everybody got something out of this. If you appreciate what Tammy's doing, just go to the Facebook page. It's facebook.com/groups/agent mastermind. Would love to see your pins. Would love to see your Pinterest board. Would love to see the board ideas, any interaction, any questions, and I will go through and show you how to add your pin to your blog and website and stuff like that. So that'll be coming tomorrow. I'll get that done for you guys and post that up as a link. So just go to the board and that'll be there for you as well. Anything else, Tammy?
that's it. I appreciate you guys hanging with us as long as you did. I know we went over a little bit, but there was a lot of good stuff here, and I couldn't decide what to cut out. So, and I appreciate you guys. I wanted to say a very special thank you for those of you guys who were brave enough to put your
Absolutely.
boards up there for us to critique. I really appreciate that you let us help you.
All right, and next week, just so you know, real quick, FSBO marketing strategy. I'm going to show you some really crazy, off-the-wall, out-of-the-box things that you could actually, you know what's funny about all the classes coming up is you can use them on Pinterest.
Oh, cool.
So I'm going to share some stuff, marketing to FSBOs next week that I think we're all kind of like, well, how do I do it? How do I build relationships with FSBOs? So I'm going to bring that to the table next week. Look forward to seeing you here, and everybody have a great rest of the week. Tammy, I appreciate you again, and we'll see you right here next week on the Agent Mastermind. Have a good day, everybody.
Thanks, Scotty.
Bye-bye.